In today's financial landscape, where the flow of capital underpins the global economy, the role of major banks is both pivotal and scrutinized. Among these titans of finance, JPMorgan Chase & Co. stands out not just for its sheer size and reach, but also for the trust it commands across markets worldwide. However, even the mightiest can encounter challenges that test their resolve and commitment to integrity. Recently, JPMorgan found itself at the center of a significant regulatory scrutiny, expected to pay over $350 million in fines. This situation arose from the bank's failure to properly report a series of trades, a fundamental requirement for ensuring market transparency and fairness. Such reporting is not just a bureaucratic formality, it's a critical component of the regulatory framework designed to prevent market manipulation and protect investors. This incident highlights a crucial aspect of the financial industry, the complex interplay between regulatory compliance and the operational practices of banking institutions. It prompts a deeper examination of the systems banks use to monitor and report their activities, the challenges they face in maintaining compliance, and the consequences of lapses in these areas. JPMorgan's response to this predicament is equally noteworthy. Upon identifying the reporting lapses, the bank took immediate steps to address the issue, cooperating fully with regulatory investigations and initiating comprehensive reviews of its surveillance systems. This proactive approach underscores a commitment to rectifying mistakes and enhancing oversight mechanisms to prevent future occurrences. What makes this compelling is not just the financial ramifications for JPMorgan, but also the broader implications for the banking sector and the principles of transparency and accountability in financial markets. It serves as a reminder that maintaining trust and integrity is an ongoing challenge, one that requires vigilance, transparency, and a willingness to learn from missteps. As we delve into the details of JPMorgan's journey through this episode, we'll explore the significance of regulatory compliance in the banking industry, the mechanisms in place to safeguard the financial system, and the lessons that can be learned from incidents like this. This is more than fines and regulations. It's about the continuous effort to uphold the standards that ensure the stability and fairness of global financial markets. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. JPMorgan Chase, one of the largest and most influential financial institutions globally, has been fined over $350 million by regulatory authorities. The fine comes as a result of the bank's failure to comply with mandatory trade reporting regulations. These regulations are critical for maintaining transparency and integrity in the financial markets, ensuring that all transactions are accurately recorded and reported to the relevant authorities. The issue at hand involves JPMorgan's oversight and failure to report a significant number of trades properly. This is not a minor infraction. Accurate trade reporting is a cornerstone of market fairness and investor trust. It allows regulators to monitor for illegal activities, such as market manipulation and insider trading, thereby protecting the market and its participants. The fine imposed on JPMorgan is among the largest for trade reporting failures, underscoring the severity of the lapse and the importance regulators place on compliance with these rules. It serves as a clear message to other institutions about the consequences of neglecting regulatory responsibilities. In response to the fine, JPMorgan has committed to paying the penalty and taking steps to improve their reporting processes. This includes enhancing their internet controls and compliance systems to prevent similar issues in the future. The bank's willingness to address the problem and make necessary changes is a positive step towards restoring confidence in its operations and commitment to regulatory compliance. This situation highlights a critical lesson for all financial institutions. The importance of adhering to regulatory requirements cannot be overstated. Compliance is not just about avoiding penalties, but is fundamental to maintaining the integrity of financial markets and protecting investor interests. As JPMorgan moves forward, the industry will be watching closely to see how this event influences practices across the sector. JPMorgan shared a secret. It didn't do a great job at sharing some key details about money moves through its enormous trading playground, especially in the part of the bank where big deals and investments happen. But here's a heartwarming twist. JPMorgan noticed the mistake on its own. It's like when you realize you forgot to do your homework before the teacher checks. They promised that fixing this mistake won't make things difficult for their customers. That's a relief. right? This isn't just a tiny oopsie though. We're talking about a place that's like the king of trading castles on Wall Street. They were already working with the hall monitors to figure out if they told them everything they needed to know about their trades and orders. And yes, there were talks about needing to give a timeout in the form of penalties. Even though this mistake was just a small part of what they do, the details they missed sharing about one particular spot were pretty big. But don't worry, they didn't find anyone being sneaky on purpose, and nobody got hurt. The best part? They've already been fixing things up, checking all the missed spots to make sure they catch everything this time around. It's like double checking your work before handing it in. So, what do you think? A big lesson on making sure to share all the important details, right? And remember, even the biggest players can make mistakes, but fixing them and moving forward is what counts. But wait, there's more to the giant piggy bank, JPMorgan. On the same day they shared their big oopsie, they also had other interesting news to tell. First up, there's a bit of a pickle with something called Zelle. It's a super quick way to send money to your friends, kind of like passing a note in class, but for cash. Well, some folks had problems with their Zelle money moves, and now the big bosses of rules in the USA are asking JPMorgan, hey, how did you handle those oopsies? It's like when someone asks you how you fixed the mess after accidentally spilling your juice. And there's another twist, this time with a place far, far away called Russia. JPMorgan said it's stuck in a bit of a sticky situation. Imagine you promise someone you'd trade stickers, but then the teacher says you're not allowed to trade with them anymore. That's what happened with JPMorgan. They're supposed to not make some trades because of rules called sanctions. But now, some folks in Russia are saying, hey, we still want our stickers. And JPMorgan is like, we can't, and we shouldn't have to. Because of this, JPMorgan is a bit worried that their piggy bank in Russia might get raided, and they might lose some stuff they left there. It's like if you left your toy at a friend's house and then weren't allowed to go back and get it. So there you have it, friends. Our story about JPMorgan is full of twists and turns. From big fines for not sharing to troubles with Zelle and a sticky sticker situation in Russia. It's like a big adventure book, but instead of dragons and knights, we have banks and money moves. What will happen next? Stay tuned. The next big lessons and our next adventure. Let's take a moment to think about what we've learned. It's a tale of mistakes, challenges, and the journey to make things right. Just like in our favorite, every character faces trials, but it's how they respond that truly shapes the tale. But here's a thought, in the world of piggy banks and money moves, every one of us has a role to play. Whether you're saving your allowance, learning about the value of money, or just curious about how these giant piggy banks work, there's always something new to discover. What you can do. Be curious. Ask questions about money, banks, and how they all fit together in the world's big puzzle. Stay informed. Keep an eye on the news. JPMorgan today is just one of many, and each has its lessons and adventures. Share your thoughts. Talk with your friends and family about what you learn. You'd be surprised how much you can teach others. Even when the news seems filled with complicated problems, remember this: every problem has a solution waiting to be found. Our giant piggy bank, JPMorgan, faced its share of challenges, but it's also working on fixing them. That's a reminder for us all that when we mess up, the bravest thing we can do is face our mistakes, learn from them, and try to do better next time. So, what's next? The video about JPMorgan might be ending today, but the adventure of learning and growing never truly ends. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one making the big decisions in a story of your own. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel, drop this video a comment, like, and kindly share this video. Thank you.